Okay, you know what? I'm a man of my word, you know? I'll tell the story. I'll tell the story.
Yo. Yo, this is actually gonna end up on Reddit, though. This is actually gonna end up on Reddit. Okay, if this is end up on Reddit, my Twitch channel is Speak Law.
This is okay. Here's the story, guys. Here's the story. Okay, so I was exploring options after Team Liquid, or sorry, after 100 Thieves, and so like I got approached by TL. I got approached by Steve in the off season, and he's like asking me like, okay, so if you were to go into the roster building for my team, right? Like who would be who would be like the super team, basically? Who would be like plan A, roster A? And I was like letting him know, my thoughts. It doesn't really matter, who I wanted on the team, but it was gonna be a sick team. And then I was like, well, honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I have to make so many sacrifices to play pro, and it's only worth it. I'll only be able to give it my 100% if it was the perfect roster, right? These 5 guys, and if not, I'm just gonna go into streaming, because the way that like the salaries work right now, the way that like the viewership is right now, I just like don't. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. Like, I don't even want to play unless it's this roster. Does that make sense, right? So, told him that, and it's like, okay, so now Dodo is their GM, and I get into a call with Dodo. I tell him the same thing, and I let him know like these are the guys I think you should go after. And I think I can say that obviously the mid laner that I want to play with the most is Jojo. So I told him, yeah, you should go after Jojo. Now, I tell Jojo a little bit about it. I get permission, tell him a little bit about it, and I'm like, yeah, you'll probably be talked to eventually. And it's like really weird because TL like never talks to him. And I'm like so confused. I'm like, why is TL not going after him? I don't get it. Steve, the CEO, is like trying to see if it's possible to assemble Exodia. And like I talked to Dodo, and he seemed kind of interested, but there's no action. And okay, so fast forward, basically, here's like the meat of the story. So basically, Dodo eventually gets on call with Jojo and tells him that the only, like, Jojo asks about me, and he's like, yeah, what about Doublelift? Because at no point during the talk did Dodo mention that I was going to be part of the team, potentially. And then Dodo says, the only way that we would get Doublelift is if I'm not on the team anymore. We're not getting him. There's no way. And and then Jojo's like, whoa, that's weird. That like doesn't track with like any of the stuff that's being told to me. It's just crazy. And so like my read on it is like Dodo hated me all this time, probably because I threw him under the bus, something like when I was on TL, or like didn't try that hard in spring split, whatever. He just didn't like me. But like for him to say like the only way that like Doublelift will be on the team is if I quit.
No, but you gotta repeat the line. He said if Doublelift rejoins the team, I'm gonna quit my job.
Oh, right. He said if Doublelift joins the team, I'm gonna have to quit my job, or they're gonna have to fire me. And then I'm learning about this stuff, right? I'm learning about these private conversations that are happening, and everyone a part of it is so confused. I'm like telling Steve, I'm like, yo, Steve, I think something is wrong. There must be a miscommunication or something, but like, you told me that like we're trying to explore this like option, and like it's a bit of a Hail Mary. I get it, but I don't know if like this is like being done in the right way, like how you envisioned it. You know what I mean? Maybe you should have a talk with like your staff. And yeah, it turns out that Team Liquid ends up going the full Korean route again. No surprise there, but people are gonna take this the wrong way. That I'm like super salty. Like, man, I wish that was me on Team Liquid right there. Like, I would not want to play on that team. That was not even close to being like the super roster that I wanted to play on anyways. Like, entertain the idea of, but I got sabotaged so hard, Lassie. It was so crazy. So crazy.
I sent you a link because this was already reported too.
It was reported? Where?
Yes, I sent you a link.
Oh, right. According to LEC Wulu, here, let's look at this one.
Wait, it was reported?
It says right here, according to LSU Wulu, a player on TL wanted Doublelift to rejoin, but Dodo was against it. I mean, yeah, that's like one way to put it. Like, he literally put his job on the line so that I like was not an option whatsoever.
Yeah.
Wait, but wasn't I mean, the thing that I found was weird was the disconnect between the owner and the GM.
Dude, that was the craziest thing for
not
me.
More so than like he was against it, because if he's against it, it's like fine, you know, you have different.
Yes, you have different opinions.
But the disconnect is the crazy part.
I think the underhandedness, the like Game of Thrones lying is like the craziest part. So like I'm friends with Steve. I like Steve, and so I told him, I was like, dude, like this is weird. Like your subordinate is essentially like undermining you, right? Like what you wanted is like he's not like acting in like your interests. So I was like telling him like, yeah, this is like fucked up. I personally don't care. Like I'm actually very happy that I'm not playing, like extremely happy. But I felt like really bad about the whole situation because it's like super weird.
Yeah, I think like Ming said, I mean, I just don't know why. I don't know how they can be that far off from each other as a GM.
I couldn't believe it, bro.
Oh, that really blew my mind. But also the roster they've built this year is just, I mean, even on paper, like, I mean, I just want to know what the decision making really was. You know,
Dota's apology. Let's see. What did he say? Said he wanted to apologize. He said it was in the gist of the moment, and he acted that way to convince JoJo in that moment. And he apologized for saying that.
Wait, where did you get that from?
I mean, he sent me an apology because I was like
right now?
I told him, I was like, that's not cool.
Wait, this happened right now? Like the apology just came through? Like,
no. This was like months ago. This was months ago in the off season.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my bad. I just fucked you because I felt like in the moment.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't care if like it was to my face, right? Like I talked to him. Actually, this is my, I had time to think about it just now. If I talk to someone and I'm like, yo, I want to make this roster, like, what do you think about it? And they're like, yeah, well, we think Berserker's better than you. And I'm like, and like, you wouldn't be my first choice, but I appreciate that you want to join the team. No hard feelings at all. Like
that's fair.
I'm not gonna be like a salesman and be like, no, I'm so much better than Berserker because I'm fucking like 30 years old. I don't know, like it's totally fine. I have absolutely, but it's like the two-faced nature of it is what makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
It makes it more personal, not like it's actually like, you know, your ability.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you know, if it's like you have a disagreement with your boss or with somebody and you just talk about it, that's all good. But like going behind people's backs is what's weird as fuck. It's a classic NA esports moment. Exactly. So funny, bro.
Bro, for me,
see you guys on Reddit.